I'd like to say hello to the audience and the committee of the 17th CDIO conference. My name is Jitt-aer. I'm the speaker here on the topic of the implementing of CDIO concept in the Royal Air Force Academy. I also have Thapanat Bopiban as the first author of this manuscript. And this is the outline of my presentation here as the following topics, as you can see in the screen. Let me begin with the introduction. Royal Air Force Academy is an institute in which air cadets are educated and trained to produce commissioned air officers with knowledge, ability, and military leadership for the Royal Thai Air Force. We have been educating the air cadets in terms of both theory and practice, especially in the field of aviation. We also encourage the air cadets to deal with the situations of decision-making and problem-solving more efficiently. So we have brought the CDIO concept in the school's curriculum by firstly introducing in UAV mission training, and therefore this work aims to illustrate whether the implementation of CDIO concept in the school can satisfy the performance of the air cadets regarding to the problem-solving skills. And earlier we educated the UAV concept to the air cadet only via lectures in the classroom. After class finished, we also arranged the UAV competitions among them. However, most of the participants only come from two departments, which were aeronautical engineering and mechanical engineering. But from 2014, UAVs have been received more attention from the Royal Thai Air Force and been supported everyone to develop UAV applications by funding them more. This led to a scheme that encouraged the air cadets to join in a UAV competition. Nevertheless, the participants were mainly from those two departments because they were more trained and educated in the UAV domain than the other departments. In 2014, although most participants come from every sector, the key players were still mainly from the same departments, while the rest mostly in charge with the administrative activities rather than the operating the field missions. As a result, those who were not in the field did not have any inspiration after the competition witnessed, according to the survey after the competition. The overall satisfaction in 2014 and 2015 are shown in this table. That's look pleasure, as you can see in the table. So we decided to change the education pattern by applying CDIO concept to the competition with the hope of more attractive activities for the air cadets. And due to the bad feedbacks from the early age of the competitions, the CDIO concept then was introduced to provide air cadets the real-world situation of which they have to find a solution themselves. Before the competition began, the air cadets were lectured about UAVs and the instructions of air use. Then they acquired the concept of air operations and military doctrine in the next stage. So we divided the cadets into two teams, each of which is divided into 4 groups that play the different roles, including intelligence surveillance, command and control, squadron, and special forces. By using CDIO concept, the air cadets were able to take part in all competition activities regardless of academic background. They had choices of participating in command and control as well as other functions. This led them to understand and missions of the mission of the Royal Thai Air Force as well as the military doctrine. The necessary information like avoidance sealing for the ground sensor, restoration of the UAV camera, and the constraints of the payload were not given to them in the first place. Therefore, they had to figure out themselves by getting trial and fixing problems until they get it done. As a result, the overall satisfaction score increased from below 4 to nearly 5 with the standard deviation of 0.63. Moreover, comments uh, comment looked more positively. The academics love this kind of activities and said the competition should have been longer. For example, then the UAV Club in 2017, as a result of utilizing CDIO concept, our two teams from the school won the first and the second prizes of AAVC 2017. And in the next year, in 2018, they joined UAV Challenge in Australia and finally got the Airmanship Award. And last but not least, in this competition, the cadets made every single process of the event themselves without any support from the staff. This implementation of the CDIO can be the first step of behavioral change. We have educated the cadets in this school for a long time, and we have never seen a beautiful picture like this. The cadets are now willing to study and find a solution themselves, which is the key to educating people. Based on the self-assessment of CDIO compliance projected by CDIO initiative in 2014, this would comply with Standard 1 CDIO as context. The Academy now recognizes that multidisciplinary teams can lead to better results. Therefore, instead of studying military science, the new curriculum in 2020 allows the cadets to choose a group of elective courses to learn in the 3 domains, including air power, space, and cyber. This would comply with Standard 2, CDIO syllabus outcomes, and Standard 3 as well, integrated curriculum. And also, our implementation would comply the Standard 5 and Standard 6 as well. And in conclusion, the Navamin Takasatirathiraj Royal Air Force Academy has employed the CDIO concept that can result in the air cadets having better performance of problem-solving skills. And this efficient technique has been implemented in the curriculum, especially in the UAV mission training. And this is the end of my presentation.